Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday Wisdom. This is a time when we share information about how we can grow ourselves and become our best versions and take our businesses to the next level. And today I'm going to be talking about something that I've talked about many times before. I'll be sharing information about things that I've shared before. I shared this in an abbreviated format with the Brown team this past week, and we thought it was such good information it would be something of value to share in a series of presentations. So today I will begin that series. I don't know how long it'll go. There are 10 lessons. Some of them I may combine. Just depends on the length that I can create them to do. So we're scheduled for 30 minutes today. I may go 30 minutes and I may not go the full 30 minutes, but we'll get the information in. And it's just something that I'm so committed to as it relates to the training that I provide. This is one of my favorite presentations, one that I've done many times in the past, one I've done with the Lexington Chamber. I did it with Splash Omni Media. I've done it with the adult education program within the state. I've done it with a lot of different organizations. And it is one is of such value. It's one that provides such great information because it is about becoming a person of influence. And it's based, of course, on John Maxwell's book, Becoming a Person of Influence. I really, really enjoy that book a lot because my journey, of course, most of you know, has been one where I was involved in a lot of different types of state agencies, government agencies, and in the military. And in the military, I was in the Air Force. And our core values in the Air Force were three simple statements: integrity, service, and excellence in all we do. And of course, integrity being first and foremost in those core values. And today, that is what I'm going to be focusing on, is integrity, because as a person of influence, integrity is just of great value. And if we don't have the highest level of integrity, then we're selling ourselves short, and we're probably not being truthful or transparent with our customers. And that's one of the things that we want to do, is to make sure that we're always upfront, honest, and telling the truth. So my definition of integrity is doing the right things even when nobody else is looking. And I have found myself over the years that there have been times when maybe I wasn't the best that I should have been. I might not have told the truth, or I might have had that little white lie. And, I might have told Dale that she looked great when she had surgery, and maybe she didn't look that great, but she still is so beautiful. And so I try to always maintain the highest level of integrity. And so today I'm going to be sharing some information about how we as people of influence can ensure that we have that integrity with people. So when we think about integrity with people, we want to think about four important things. And it's about how we multiply, how we mentor, how we motivate, and how we model. So how we multiply, and that's how we build ourselves, how we add value to others and help others become more than they are today. How we mentor is how we set the example, how we motivate. This is what I do when I get on these calls. I try to be enthusiastic, bring energy, and be entertaining at the same time, but I want to be motivating to those around me. And I want to model the example for others to follow. So integrity with people, it really boils down to this. It says real integrity is about the small things. It's about the foundation which many other qualities are built upon. And if you think about the world that we live in today, if there is one flaw that we have seen in all areas, in all levels of our society, It's in the area of integrity or lack thereof. You know, I can think of a lot of different scenarios that I could share with you, but the one I want to share is that when I was in the Air National Guard and I worked at the Washington D.C. area and I was the chief of recruiting, I had an individual who was new on the staff. He was a major, and I'm the chief of recruiting ops. I'm over the recruiting operation. He's over advertising and officer recruiting and some things like that. So one of the most prestigious parts of being in recruiting is to have earned that recruiting badge, which means that you completed recruiting school. Recruiting school is one of the toughest in the Air Force. It has the highest washout rate, higher than most, except with the exception of things like air traffic control and pilot training. But recruiters had that honor of earning that badge. Well, our boss told him that he could wear that badge without going to school, but she recommended that he come talk to me first and get my opinion. Well, I said, hey, Mage, you can wear the badge if you want to, because it's not really an officer school. It's about enlisted people who are in recruiting, but here's what I'll tell you. I will tell you this, that badge is something of honor. It's something that is earned. And he said, okay, that's great. And he left. But he went back and he told our boss that I told him he couldn't wear the badge. Now, that is not about integrity. That's about not telling the truth. Well, she comes out and she blasts me for saying what I said, which I never said. I never said that he shouldn't wear the badge. I said, it's a badge of honor. You need to earn it. And so I don't know what he told her, but anyway, long story short, we've got to have integrity. We got to be able to tell the truth even when nobody's looking. So the next thing I want to share about integrity with people is this. Integrity commits itself to character over personal gain, principles, or convenience. So, it's about being, like I said, it's about doing what's right when nobody's looking. Integrity is an inside job. It's what's on the inside that makes the difference. And when it's right on the inside, it's going to show up on the outside. So as you think about that, one of the reasons people struggle with integrity is that they tend to look from the outside first. What's going on around me, rather than what's going on the inside, rather than deficiencies in their character. Because when we have the highest level of character, then we probably have a high level of integrity. So integrity is not determined by our circumstances. It's not determined by what's going on around us. It's determined by what's inside of us. Integrity is not based on credentials. Character comes from who we are, not what we are. Integrity is not to be confused with reputation. So as we think about that, as we think about our integrity, what are we doing to make sure that we are displaying the highest level of integrity? This is one of the things that I love about Shackley, is that they demonstrate a high level of integrity, especially when it comes to our products. They don't cut. They don't do anything to change the quality of our products and sell us something less than we're asking for. And if they do find something's wrong, they take it off the market. And we've all experienced that. And even today, as we're going through this pandemic and with all the things that are happening, Shackley has not lowered their standards or their level of integrity as it relates to giving us the best products that are possible. They would rather not have the product than give us something that is inferior. So here are some questions that you can ask to measure your level of integrity. The first one is this: How well do I treat people from whom I can gain nothing? Wow, that's a powerful question. Do I treat them the same as the person who I have the potential of sponsoring or having come a part of my business? Or do I treat them all the same? Good question. Am I transparent with others? What you see is what you get. This is me. This is the real me. It's what I am. It's who I am. It's what I'm going to share with you. It's 100% Jim Hatchell, transparent. I'm not making any of this stuff up. I couldn't teach this if I didn't believe it and if I didn't follow it to my absolute best ability. And I hope you're the same. I hope you're the same. In fact, I know you're the same. I don't even have to ask you that question. I know you are. Do I role play based on the persons I'm with? The people I'm with? Do I act this way with one group and this way with another group? You know, I can tell you, in my earlier days, I did play that game. When I was in recruiting with the Air National Guard, I tried to fit into the group and make myself like them rather than to be my true self. You know, that can only create problems for us. And it certainly is not fair to the other people to think that we're something that we're not. We need to be completely honest about who we are and what we are, and not be ashamed to stand up and represent ourselves in that way. It's another one of those good ones, and Dale and I chuckle about this one. Am I the same when I'm in the spotlight as when I'm alone? If I'm in the front of the camera, am I still I'm that outgoing, want to have the speaker, want to have the microphone in my hand? Am I that same person when I'm by myself? And I am. I'm always energetic. Well, I will be. If I said I always, you know that's never true. Because there are days when it's not always on point. I have ups and downs just like the rest of us in this world. But 99.9% of the time, this is who I am. I'm always motivating, always energized, always trying to be the best that I can be and always be out in front. Number 5, do I quickly admit wrongdoings without being pressed to do so? So if I make a mistake, am I going to take full responsibility for it and step up and admit that I made the mistake? Or am I going to point and say, oh, that was so-and-so's fault. Oh, no, that was Shackley's fault. Oh, no, that was the male's fault. If I make the mistake, I need to own up to it. I need to be the one who says, okay, I blew that one. I need to accept that fact and move on and admit it. Admit our mistakes when we make them. And I promise you, when we do that, it makes it so much easier not to carry that guilt around with us. And that will raise your level of integrity exponentially. All right, where am I? Do I have an unchanging standard for moral decisions, or do circumstances determine my choices? Whoo, boy, that's a tough one for the times we're in right now. I mean, we're in a crazy time, and, you know, making the right choices and doing the right things are difficult. And we see it all around us. But if we want to have high integrity, we've got to have those unchanging standards. We got to be solid with what we believe and be willing to stand up and still believe and do what we say and do about who we are. Just because we're in a pandemic, just because we've got crazies going all around us, it shouldn't change how you and I respond every day. Do we need to have our eyes wide open? Yes, we do. But if we're solid about who we are, then we can have that high level of integrity in our responses to what's going around. And our circumstances should never change that. It should enhance who we truly are. It should bring out our best. Do I make difficult decisions even when they have a personal cost attached to them? You know, I love what John Maxwell says. He says, to go up, you have to give up. To go up, you have to give up. Sometimes we have to make sacrifices. Sometimes we have to let go of something before we can take it to that next level. And if we're going to have that highest level of integrity, you need to be focused on, okay, what do I have to give up here to make this right? What do I have to give up here to maintain the highest level of integrity? And Paulette and I have been in B&I, and I can promise you there have been circumstances in every situation in B&I where I've had to give up something to make sure that I maintain the highest level of my integrity so that I can go to that next level. Number 9 is when I have something to say about people, do I talk to them or about them? Man, the gossip factor. You know, if you're going to have high integrity, you're going to not talk about people, you're going to talk to people. If you've got something to say about somebody, you're going to be willing to go and share it with them and not say it behind their backs. Not say it to your friend, not say it to your neighbor, not say it to everybody but them. You want to be able to have the intestinal fortitude to go out and speak to that person face to face if you got an issue, if there's something that needs to be said. You know, in Toastmasters, we evaluate every speech. Every time somebody speaks, they are being watched and evaluated. And here's the thing, you can't just sit there and write notes. You have to tell the speaker what you wrote. You have to tell them what your thoughts are. You have to give them that feedback, evaluate what they're saying. If you got somebody out there that you need to tell something, go do it, because you don't know that one thing might make a difference in their lives and take them to the next level. And if we're talking behind their backs and they hear about it, wow, now you've got egg on your face. And how is your integrity now? How is your integrity now? And number 10, am I accountable to at least one person for what I think, say, and do? Am I accountable to one person for what I think, say, or do? Man, I got this little devil that sits up on my shoulder, you know, and well, I would not say she's actually a little angel who sits up on this shoulder, and she reminds me all the time about the things that I need to do differently to help me become a better person. She's wonderful. She's sweet. She's kind, and she just takes such great care of me. And I'm so glad that I do have her in my life, because she has been such a tremendous asset in my growth and helping me become my best version. But everybody knows it's my wife, Dale, and she is my altar conscience, because sometimes I need her to say, now, is that really what you wanted to say? Is that really the way you wanted to say that? Now, do you really feel like that? But you know what? It's great to have that accountability partner to help me on this journey that I'm on. So if you can answer those 10 questions, if you can answer those 10 questions in a positive way, then I'm going to suggest that you have a high level of integrity. So let's talk about the benefits of integrity, because we all know, we all know in our minds, okay, we know that if have high integrity, we're going to be living a good life and people are going to trust us. And there's all kinds of things that are going to be positive about that. But let's focus on some things. If we model a high level of consistency, integrity, that we have a consistency in our character. And if we do that, then we can develop ourselves along our journey, and we can actually impact the lives of others and help them develop on their journey as well. It's not something that happens in a day. It's what happens every day. It's the things that we do every day. So here are a few of the benefits. It helps us employ honest communication. It helps us when we have a high level of transparency. Excuse me. We exemplify humility. We provide and demonstrate how we can support others that are around us. It helps us fulfill our purpose because we know what our purpose is. And if we have a high level of integrity, we know we're doing what we need to do to reach and accomplish our purpose. It helps us embrace the right attitude, an attitude of abundance, an attitude of helping, an attitude of believing and developing and adding value to others in our community and on our teams. And if we have high levels of integrity, it helps us develop a sense of community with all those around us so that we can encourage them to participate, to develop a two-way communication process. And if we can do that, we can make a difference in the world. We can be people in influence, and we can change the direction of society. But we have to be able to share that information and be willing to demonstrate it and model it to all those around us. So integrity first. It's the most important thing about all of this process of becoming a person of influence, is to have and demonstrate a high level of integrity. Remember, it's a journey. It's a journey. It takes effort. It takes what we do, not in a day, but what we do every day to reach that highest level of integrity. Hey, I hope this lesson was of value to you. It's one that I am always learning from as I teach it, because, as I said, it's a journey that we're all on. Y'all have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday with another lesson of wisdom. Have a great day.